You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from before. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us stay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Then I'll be up to judgment day. Oh, just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. May I be Israelites till it day. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go on this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Must we get old and gray? And the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way.
In Trinidad and Tobago, politics was we and them. That was never meant to be so, according to the anthem. But ethnic insecurity was maintained to divide us by some people in the country to sow the seeds of distrust. But we have got a new system within the community. Now what used to be we and them has now become only we. From now on this nation is we. From now on it is you and I. From now on it is unity. From now on we flying high. All the races have come together to build a better country and create a brighter future for the whole society. The we and them thing is no more, because it is plain to see in this country from shore to shore the community is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we and we and we. Some ancestors came from India and some came from Africa. Look today, their descendants are here, coexisting together. There are others who came here too, the Chinese, Syrians and such. Native people are just a few in this land that we love so much. But the politics of the day and the love for a party cause people to begin to say them is them and we is we. From now on this country is we. From now on we all shall be one. From now on that's how it shall be. From now on all division done. As today united we stand, the people of Trinbago, one country, one nation, one island. Chutney Pan and Calypso, it's Trinidad and Tobago, better known as TNT. And we want the whole world to know we see ourselves as we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we and we and we. nation is no more. And Mother China done disappear, gone away for good, I'm sure. If we want to build a real nation, there can be no we and them. In spite of ethnic persuasion, all should fit in the system. Side by side we stand hand in hand within the society. This here paradise island, because you and I means we. From now on love and tears we. From now on race do not matter. From now on we means unity. From now on we are together. They cannot divide me again, cause we enter a new era. United we shall all remain, looking out for each other. Eric tell me matter they done. Today it is plain to see a new paradigm has begun, and that paradigm is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we. No more we and them. From now on this nation is we and we and we and we.
Get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own gas money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that eagle eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. Say we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it there easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licked from the slave master to become the land owner, brother, is a terrible journey. Back with plenty brutality. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to rise up, you got to stand up. Pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing, O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and me. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet, so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And you know this is how we start eating.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, though, come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
There you have it. The one and only, the man we call the Love Doctor, Dr. Rennie Muhammad. And you know how we say it, folks and gentlemen. Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatanius, Xenarenius, Sonarenius. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear a purple t-shirt, a gray t-shirt, or orange t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And Mr. Special welcome to my co-host, the man himself, the one and only, the incomparable man, well known all over Trinidad and Tobago as Uncle Tommy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, and it's a pleasure being here in the village with you. How was your day thus far?
Well, you know, every day I wake up is a great day. I'll put it that way.
Praise God.
Yeah, every day above dirt is a great day. You know that's how it does go sometimes.
Yep.
You know? Yep, every day is a great, fantabulous, splendiferous, tremendous, marvelous day. Where was it? You know?
Oh, I'll say that you're correct.
Tommy, you have any? Yeah. You have any good news coming out of Trinidad and Tobago? You have any good news coming out of Trinidad and Tobago?
Yes.
Okay, talk to me.
Well, the good news is that there were no hurricanes, no natural disaster, and that's great. Plenty of sunshine. That's also great because sunshine promotes health. You want better news than that?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah, waiting for the news.
But I just gave you some good news.
That news you give me there is not good news. That thing that's happening on a daily basis.
So that's a
How
good
often
thing.
do we have but how often do we have a hurricane or earthquake? Something something told me that something told me that could perk the people up, get them a sense of this going to improve my life tomorrow.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
I like that. United, I actually told me just use
Yep.
that. So you know what? You are absolutely correct. I take that. I have to take that. So the sun will come up tomorrow. All right, that is one good thing. Yeah. So you say there hasn't been no earthquake, no kind of hurricane, no nothing. All right. Okay. All right. So give me one thing from an economic perspective. Give me one good thing from an economic perspective that could improve the lives of people in Trinidad and Tobago.
Hmm. Now you got me scratching my head.
All right. Don't scratch your head. Let me ask the question to the people who are listening to us. Can you give us one from an economic standpoint? One point that the people of Trinidad and Tobago can feel positive about from an economic perspective. One situation. That's one. I'm not looking for two. I'm not looking for three. I'm just looking for one from an economic standpoint. That tomorrow they go say, well, boy, you know, if I go in the grocery tomorrow, right? I go pay less for a loaf of bread. I go see the VAT decrease. I go see gas price go down. I go see the price of a maxi taxi go down. Something from an economic perspective. All right. So I'm just asking that tonight, and I think you all can help me with that. You can help Tommy and I with that. So Tommy, first in the village tonight was Bijram.
Hold
Bijram
up,
said, "Good day,
hold
Uncle
up.
Tommy on Wall Street. Locked on all listeners to the menu.
I was fishing
Fried,
for tonight, Miss Ram.
yeah, fried aloo with sada roti. Tommy, what is aloo?
I lose potato.
Or that's another name for potato?
That's Hindi. Potato aloo.
Oh, I know aloo, but I didn't know it was potato too.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get aloo roti then.
Yeah, but potato roti. Yeah.
No, aloo roti, aloo.
Yes.
If I go in Trinidad and ask for aloo roti, they're gonna know what it is.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, all right. Next time I go and buy roti, I go ask them for aloo roti. Could I ask them for aloo roti with chana?
Yes, you got for aloo and chana.
Okay, all right, okay, wonderful, wonderful. Curtis Monteshad, boy, my true Kenyan friend, welcome. Matilda, you leave Canada and come Grenada. Good
Hmm.
night to you, Matilda.
Right,
Matilda
Matilda.
says, good night, Uncle Tommy Wall Street and viewers. Good night to you.
She
Yeah.
has a strong last name, Rhodes.
Rhodes, boy, yeah. That's like Rhodesha, boy.
Ah,
Yeah, boy. Matilda, where you get our last name from, if we may ask? You know, we like to investigate here, right? Where did that last name come from, Matilda? What is the genesis of that last name? Tell me, what's the genesis of your last name?
The genesis is,
Do you know?
it came from a slave master, but
Okay.
he was a plantation owner in St. Kitts Nevis.
Oh, okay. You know, I don't know what is the genesis of my last name. Let me look it up right now. By the way, folks, before we go on, I don't want to lose this here. Um, before we anyway, let me finish the chat real quick, Tommy, and remind me to come back to the genesis of my last name. Because I want to figure out, I have a French last name, which has helped me in Trinidad and Tobago, so I shouldn't complain. It has really helped me, you know, go to a better school coming out of Lavantil. With a last name like Leborn, I was able to go to Tranquility Government Secondary School. Not one of the first tier schools,
I mean, it's a little,
but a second tier.
it's a little.
Tommy, let me take this call off here. Hold it for a minute. I want to take this call off here, okay? Hold
Okay,
it for a minute.
go ahead. So my last name is from St. Kitts Nevis. As a matter of fact, there's a plantation still called Nisbet Plantation in Nevis, if I'm not mistaken. But my father's grandfather came from St. Kitts Nevis.
There's someone calling to want to listen to the program for when the Yazz money comes into the village. Right. So Tommy, remind me of that. Let me just quickly get through the Caribbean Soul Good Night. Caribbean Soul auditor report stated the government borrowed $10 billion during COVID and spent $2 billion. Where the rest of the money gone? Don't worry, your Director General will tell you. He will tell you. Wall Street, I tried to get that video for you. But go down in that river to record. I go get ringworm. The river nasty with moss and bush. It haven't been cleaned. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah, Bijram say or potato roti. Okay. Highly welcome. Yeah. Highly, what's the temperature like in Canada, boss? Not put up the what it is like. Let me do this. What is the temperature like in Canada?
I don't know, we have to Google it to see.
Well, highly in Canada, you know.
Well, it depends on what part you're at,
You know,
too.
highly in Canada.
Yeah, but it depends on what part of Canada
Really?
you're at. Yeah, because further north is always colder.
Okay.
At the moment, it's close to
Okay.
Alaska.
Okay. So Albert and what, Mississauga?
Yeah, which is Ontario.
So it might be cool. Okay. So where will be colder in your estimation? I don't know.
Alberta.
Okay. All right. Let me finish this in the chat here. Hailey said it's nice. Hailey in Toronto. It's spring.
Right.
Renwick, welcome. In Toronto. Toronto is like be living in New York, right? Or Brooklyn, right?
No.
Would you say that? I mean,
I think Canada is a lot cleaner place than New York.
that is true. That is true. That is true. Full 100. Yeah. Canada cleaner than other places.
Very
Now,
clean
Tommy, is Canada considered a socialist country? Some people say they are.
Maybe democratic socialists.
Well, I guess if you want to say that, you could say that a democratic socialist. What is a democratic socialist?
Well, they have normal elections and so on. There's
But they
democracy.
look out for the people.
Right, there's democracy, but there's a huge social agenda.
You know, some of the top socialist countries are the most free countries in the world. I think we dealt with that here previously, because I know that I had done that in my class for the freest country in the world, and most of those countries were considered to be socialist countries. But anyway, this is what I wanted to get to quickly. Um, there was some breaking news with respect to, according to the Minister of Finance, the Court of Appeal just ruled unanimously that the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Act is valid and constitutional and does not breach the constitutional rights of public officers. We can now move swiftly to improve and maximize revenue collection for the benefits of all our citizens. And Tommy, you know what that means, right?
Yep.
Revenue
Taxes.
collection, tax in your person. They got tax your left, right, and center. It's tax in your waist, tax in your place, tax in your patent place.
But
Tax
I want
and
to see,
tax and tax.
I want to see them collect the revenue from that radio station and that movie town. That's what I want to see them do. If
No,
they're
no,
so
no, 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 no. No. That's a different story. How you go collect that? That is the first way they should go and collect. 90 something million and 30 something million. That's 100 and something million. That real money, you know.
that's a lot of loot.
But you know how much black people living below the poverty line that they could use that 26%, Tommy?
Hmm.
You know? But anyway, Tommy, the PSA just issued a release though. Let me read that for you. I just get it. The Public Services Association of Trinidad and Tobago notice to all PSA members of IRD and CED. PSA to appeal TTRA case to Privy Council. And Tommy, you know when we in Trinidad and Tobago go to the Privy Council, you know what has happened, right?
Hmm.
Especially this government. You know what has happened?
They lose.
All right. Okay. So here it is. From the onset, we have signaled that the constitutionality constitutionality of the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority (TTRA) will be settled at our highest court, the Privy Council. The Court of Appeal has delivered its ruling today, the 20th of May 2024. Our attorney, Anand Ramlogan SC, has advised that the ruling should be appealed. Accordingly, we have instructed that the Court of Appeal ruling be appealed right away. All public officers at the Board of Inland Revenue and Custom and Excise Division are accordingly advised to continue to cease and desist from any involvement with the TTRA as we await the final determination from the Privy Council. Standing in your defense, Leroy Baptiste, President. Hey, do I have Leroy Baptiste's number, man?
So
I wonder if I do, boy.
that's as of the 20th, which was last week Monday.
No, this what I just read?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me read it again. Hold on. Just a minute. This is as of today. This was released today.
28th then.
Yeah, the 28th. I said the 24th?
Oh, yeah, I thought he said the 20th.
No, the 28th. 28th. The Court of Appeal has delivered its ruling today, 28th May 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, and signed Leroy Baptiste. So, let me see if I have Leroy Baptiste's number. Anybody have the PSA man number? Leroy Baptiste. No, I've all different kind of Leroy. Nah.
You have Leroy Brown?
Number. No, Leroy Baptiste. If I Leroy Brown?
Yeah.
I Leroy Cook.
All right.
Somebody just sent me no bids on 19 of the 13 shallow blocks. Thank you, Caribbean Soul. No bids with Stuart Young and two other individuals. No bids on 19 of the 13 shallow blocks. Maybe I'll get that article and read it and oh, look at you. Hold on, hold on. Here we go. TNT has received 6 bids on 4 blocks from BP Shell and EOG Resources in the 2022 shallow water auction to explore for oil and gas. This means that 9 of the 13 blocks did not receive any interest as the bids came to a close. Oh boy.
Oh me, oh my.
Oh boy. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my, boy. Tommy? Shh. Oh boy. What can we say, boy? Um, okay. Hailey says, yeah, cleaner for sure. Mean Jean says, good evening. Uh, boy, hold on. Hold on, eh? Something happened there. Okay, here we go. Mean Jean says, good evening. Did you get the breaking news out of TNT? Yeah, we got it. Yeah, property tax. Caribbean Soul says. Hailey, Tommy, you forget our make the rich richer. Tommy, man say like you forget. Tommy, Tommy, man say like you forget, boy. The Minister of Agriculture give out 3 million in grant to 31 farmers. Election gimmick. EG. EG. Tommy, but before we, all right. I already see one person in the back there waiting. Um, let me, Tommy, I want to play, I want to replay our editorial that we did last night, but I'll do that after we finish with the interview with Yazz Money, because I think it's very instructive that we we play that video. So Tommy, you know, last night was the launch, the big launch of the Star Slate in the
Correct.
UNC, right? Me personally, I stay out of the UNC politics, eh? But
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting. Tommy, I want to resonate with Hailey's comment. I was looking for Kingsley. I was looking for Anderson. I was looking for COP. Because them as fellas I know. Well, KFC tell me he wasn't there. And to my surprise, Tommy, I was unable to locate any of them.
You honestly think you would have seen COP there?
Oh, you mean? I look very attentively with a magnifying glass, boy. I'm looking for COP and see him. Yes? Kylie right. Anderson. I ain't see Anderson. I ain't see COP. Consider some of the leading UNC activists. So, Ban Meha, welcome. I think the breaking news was with respect to the TTRA, where the High Court ruled in favor of the government, and the PSA is going to go to the Privy Council. That was the breaking news. And normally, you know when that happens, when they go to the Privy Council, the government normally lose. Oh God, I tell you what we have in Trinidad, but Tommy, KFC, welcome. KFC, we didn't see you at all, man. We was looking for you.
Hello, good night, Mr. Washi. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, KFC, good night.
I feel like they get Tunji and Colbert on that COP.
Yeah. To find out what happened.
I'm up to date.
Yeah.
Inside Lockton,
Yeah, man.
Love.
Yeah, love. All right, folks, you know we like to call activists, eh? Let we call COP and find out what happened. I feel COP listening and he ain't go pick up your phone, eh, Tommy? I feel so.
Why you feel so?
Eh? COP is a very intelligent fella, you know. Very intelligent. Or COP must be working on his business. Or maybe he must be going to the after launch of the star team. Let me see what I tell you. COP listening. I know you listening. COP see them fellas ain't gonna get me in that, you know. Not me. Yeah? Yeah, you see that? But Tommy, I want to get your opinion on this.
Go ahead.
Listen to this.
Amid concerns that Michaela Pandey's party could hurt the UNC, the Patriotic Front. Amid concerns that Michaela Pandey's party could hurt the UNC, the Patriotic Front. Amid concerns that Michaela Pandey's party could hurt the UNC, the Patriotic Front leader says she tried numerous times to meet Kamla Persad-Bissessar but was blank. Responding to criticisms that she should have joined the UNC instead of relaunching her own political party, Michaela Pandey reveals that she exhausted all feasible attempts to speak with Kamla Persad-Bissessar.
But there's more. The Patriotic Front leader sought to remind that she tried on several occasions to have an audience with Persad-Bissessar.
The only thing I could do is sneak into her house. And I will climb through a window and go into her house, and when she's sleeping, wake up and say, Kamla, listen, this is what we want to do.
Flipping the script, Pandey questioned why UNC supporters don't ask their leader the same questions.
Why not speak to the leader of the party? Or is it that the supporters are unable to do so? To your leader, where is the democracy?
Tommy, do you think the Patriotic Front, the United Patriotic Front, can be a third force? Well, it seems like we already have a third force in Trinidad, I don't know. It's the NTA, right?
Well,
based on the last local government election.
I think Michaela is a little bit too late. However, she has to to really do something spectacular to make a difference and to amass some sort of support. But at this particular point, I think she's just a bit too late.
So what you're saying, Tommy, is that the toothpaste is already out of the tube, and Michaela Pandey cannot put it back in. Nope. That's what you say.
That's my feeling. She has to make a difference. She has to join forces with somebody else, some other persons. They have to band together and come up with a working solution.
Yeah, I want to agree with you, Tommy. I don't see at this late in the game. You know, it's like you have a 20 overs match and they put her into bowl with 1 over left. You know what I mean? Yeah, 1 over left. So I don't see how the Patriotic Front can really have any impact in the upcoming election. And Tommy, what you have to understand, you see that show of force there by Kamala Prasad-Bissessar with the star team. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the last internal election in the PNM. When Dr. Rowley had a team, right? But he didn't really have a team. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Yep. And once he publicly endorsed indirectly that team, you know, cancel Christmas it over. You know that is what it was.
Yep.
You know, it was a done deal. And I am seeing the same thing happening here. Once Kamala Prasad-Bissessar endorsed the star team, the other teams will have an uphill battle. And Tommy, my partner, I have a partner. My partner, you might think he's my partner, but he's my partner. Robert Amaro. Robert like to get licked, you know. Robert, you know, Robert like a political bubbly, you know.
Unfortunately.
Robert gonna run for deputy political leader as an independent in the UNC. Eh?
Well, he must think he's that strong.
I hear you.
I say in his mind he thinks that he's that strong.
You went a little low. Tommy, you know, we have to understand, boy. And listener, I learn it, Tommy. I learn from being in the bowl of the beast of an internal election in the PNM. I learn, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I learn, boy. What is called it, Tommy? Baptism by fire. That's what it's called.
Right, baptism by fire.
Yeah, boy. I get baptized, boy. Yeah, baptism, boy. All over the place, boy. Caribbean Soul said Mrs. Pandey want leadership in the UNC. She don't want to join as an MP. Okay, bandmaster, but she has nothing to her name, or maybe it's me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people can say. You all can tell us better. You have the rich and the richer parties, but what party for the people? Highly, what are you talking about?
It
have any party that's be for people. Tommy, correct is right. Correct is right. Yeah, Highly, stink and dirty. That is the party for the people. You not talking about a political party. You talking about a party, a rum drinking party. That is the party you talking about, Highly. Come on, Highly, man. Party for the people. Where did this happen to me? Eh? In which country? Oh, yes, we are wrong. we play the video with the guy from Burkina Faso. That was a shining example of a person who was for the people of the country and not trying to own the treasury of that country. Yeah. You remember that?
Somebody showed his assets. He has
Somebody show what?
Showed his assets. He has a $500 Jeep and a $50 hut.
Who? The president of Burkina Faso?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. He must have assets in Switzerland.
No, he's the kind who would ostracize you if you have money hide up somewhere else.
So, folks, we're going to go for a quick station identification. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshy, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And, folks, don't forget, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, WZYE 95.9 FM on Twitter, now known as X, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you could reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
And also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. And when we come back, we'll be coming back with the folks from Yazz Money. We're going to have 3 of the executives talk with us about Yazz Money, which is the future of currency.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshy, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. I don't know if Kenneth Matthews is hearing me, but Kenneth, your device is not connected. Can you connect your device? Let me bring in, let me bring in Afro Gold Dollar, ready to join us? I hope you can hear me. So I'm seeing them in the background.
You see Tyrone?
Let me bring it. If I see who?
Who's it you bringing in? Tyrone?
I see Kenneth Matthews. And no, I can't bring in Kenneth because his device is not connected. All right, let me see if hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. This is Tyrone, yeah?
Can you hear us?
Yes, this is Tyrone. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, Tyrone. So
welcome, Tyrone.
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Thanks, guys. Nice. I'm currently in Zambia.
Kenneth, welcome. Are you hearing
right
me?
now?
You're in Zambia.
Yes, sir.
What time is it in Zambia? What time is it?
It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m.
2 a.m. in the morning. And Kenneth, where are you joining us from?
I'm in California.
You're in California. Okay, wonderful. And we're supposed to have one more individual joining us, I think.
Yes, that's Ambassador Ferguson.
Okay. So, we here at WZYE 95.9 FM with this radio program here called In the Village, we try to bring sort of breaking information to the public of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the diaspora, because we are actually in New York and New Jersey. And as a matter of fact, I did an editorial. Tommy was the editorial yesterday or 2 days ago on cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
and
2 days.
Tommy then said it would be nice if we could bring Yazz Money in here to talk about cryptocurrency. So I will start with this. Can you tell us about the inception of Yazz Money Enterprise and its core mission?
So yeah, I'm Zimbabwean Zambian. So by birth I'm Zimbabwean. By ethnicity, my mother is Zambian, part of the Ila tribe, and her people have been herding cattle for thousands of years. They are the most wealthiest tribe in Zambia. So my uncle just recently died about 3 months ago, and he had over 5,000 head of cattle. Unfortunately, he was asset rich but cash
5,000.
poor.
5,000.
Five 5,000 head of cattle. When he died, he had a state funeral. The president attended his funeral. There were over 5,000 mourners, and they had slaughtered 250 cows over a 7-day period. So that was over $250,000 spent feeding all the mourners. So he basically died as if he was a king, right? Uh, now, his whole life he was not rich. He was, you know, he lived a very frugal life. But for all intents and purposes, the man was a multimillionaire. He was worth $5 million. But there's no banks in Zambia right now that give any credit to people like him, right? So he cannot go to a bank and get a loan. Credit is very expensive. So I've been working in North America for the past 20 years. I went to the University of Texas. I studied computer science, accounting, cybersecurity. I just recently got an honorary degree, PhD in computer science because of all the work that I've done in the space. And when I saw this situation, I thought to myself, I'm here in North America making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and my people are suffering. And my mother says to me, what are you doing for Africa? You're living such a cushy life in North America, but what are you doing for your people in Zambia? So I then decided to see if I could solve the problem by applying some of the concepts that I worked with in hedging and dealing with complex derivatives and financial instruments. I simplified it and came up with a simple concept to help people like my uncle. So we're selling futures of the cattle. So when the cattle are 1 month old, we sell a future. It's almost like a futures contract, but this is all done using cryptocurrency, right? So we create an NFT, a non-fungible token of the cattle, and when they're 1 month old, we lend the cattle ranchers $1,000, so sorry, 1,000 kwacha, and within 36 months they pay 8% every month on that. And by the time the cow is fully grown, the value of that calf is now a cow, which is $1,000. So 1,000 kwacha is basically $25, right? So for $25, the cattle rancher pays 8% on that, which is nothing, and he can use that money to feed the cows, take better care of them, maybe put in a borehole, so when there's a drought, he can give them water and prepare to feed them better. So this type of initiative is going to help the people. But in order to fund this, we need liquidity. So I started looking at other commodities such as gold. Since I'm Zimbabwe is one of the largest producers of gold in the world. They have a tremendous amount of gold, and we can purchase the gold from Zimbabwe. So by combining crypto, we sell the Afro gold dollar to Africans. This is a state of the African diaspora currency, right? So we're targeting Africans in the diaspora. We can sell our gold currency to them and use the proceeds to purchase gold from Zimbabwe and Zambia, right? And we sell it to we supply the bullion bank of the state of the African diaspora, or we can store it within the central bank of Zambia. So with the same gold, we can then reinvest it into infrastructure projects using the bullion bank's context. The person leading the bullion bank used to work for the World Bank, and basically they can quadruple the investment. So from $100 million investment, we could take that to $400 million. And at the same time, we can target specific regions where we're operating. So if, for example, we're operating in Trinidad, we can create infrastructure projects in Trinidad. We can create infrastructure projects in Zambia and Zimbabwe. So one of the projects we're looking at doing right now is connecting Zambia and Zimbabwe by high-speed rail, right? So that would take 12 to 24 months, and within that period, we've created 500% growth in the investment, original investment. So our investors that invest into this Afro Gold dollar not only keep a stable store of value that has is linked to gold, right? That's actual physical gold. We're going to be creating the actual coins, right? So but they will also be able to participate in future revenues from the particular infrastructure project that we develop. If we develop high-speed rail within Africa. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
If you look at
the internet. Yeah.
So if we create a high-speed rail from Zimbabwe, or rather from Cape Town to Cairo, we could create a continental high-speed rail that we would be able to participate in future revenues for the rest of our lives. So our children, so our children's children will be benefiting from our investment, from what we put in today, right? It will no longer be Europeans or Asians, Japanese, Chinese that take our wealth from us, right? No more gold to Dubai, no more gold to China, no more gold to Russia, no more gold to America, but the gold stays in Africa or the Caribbean, because now the Caribbean is part of Africa, right? It's the sixth region of Africa, and we get to own our future.
Welcome.
So you break it up a little bit. Can you try and stay one place if you can? Let me welcome H.E. Ferguson. If you can you stay one place? You're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hello?
I'm yeah.
Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, if you can, you broke up a little bit.
Okay, sorry. Where did I
Mr.
leave
Ferguson,
off?
are you hearing us?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
I'm here.
you were kind of giving us You were kind of giving us a background about, what you were doing. But my question is this: if a person wants to participate in this market, say I'm in Trinidad, and I want to participate in that market in Ghana, how am I able to? Not in Ghana, in Zambia. How am I able to participate in that market if I'm living in Trinidad, or is something going to be brought similar to Trinidad and Tobago?
Jerry, do you want to handle that?
Okay. Yes. Good afternoon again, everyone. The state of the African diaspora, as we're moving to Africa CARICOM Day to be celebrated later this year in September, a lot of the African businesses, and you would have heard a lot of talks in the media, a lot of delegations are coming from Africa to CARICOM. CARICOM has also been preparing a number of delegations and visits to North America. While we are talking about trade and tourism and everything in bridging the continent with the Caribbean and North America, with the diaspora, it is need that...
Mr. Ferguson, we had
yes.
You breaking up quite a bit.
Are you hearing me? Yeah, I'm also breaking up. Hello?
Yeah, we hearing you now. We hearing you now. We hearing you now. We hearing you.
Yeah. So part of bridging Africa with CARICOM, the state of the African diaspora, which is involved in a number of projects throughout Africa, CARICOM, anywhere that the diaspora is being, we are opening the doors and bringing a platform and bringing African businesses into CARICOM. So this is with all the trade missions and all the investors that coming into CARICOM, we saw the need to start to create a financial bridge that allow the average Caribbean person to benefit from all these free trade zones and African visits and tourism visits. This platform, bringing Zambia and Nipe, what is already in Africa here, when Africans travel this way, they're not worried about if they're out of money, how they're going to get money from their country. They're not worried about even the Trinidadians and the Caribbean people here who now want to buy authentic stuff direct from Africa. The payment system that Yazz money is bringing to the table helps bridge that gap because besides just the payment platform, we are now combining a whole Facebook, Instagram, all the social media is going to be compiled on one platform. This everything that we are bridging here belongs to the diaspora. So that's what we're going to bring, the power of the diaspora. So the average guy who is on the beach, his cell phone, part of the technology we bring to the Caribbean table, now allow his cell phone to turn into a point of sale machine. So when someone's selling small articles on the beach, someone who visiting can tap their phone and they get paid for it. So it's also bringing the type of, bringing it right down to the roots man where he can benefit, where his cell phone be able to buy and pay, and investors coming this way want to know how they're going to be able to be paid. And as we know, especially in Trinidad, currency and paying of that, paying for business people, especially if you're going to be shopping and doing trade in Africa, we expect to do a test run as early as next week. People will be able to go online on our exchange site and obtain African gold dollar, which I think might be around the rate of 8.5 TT. The rates will show on the site, and that allows them to now have access to BitCash, the African gold dollar that can change into USDT. So it's a wide range of a platform in the crypto world. Also, Yazz money bring to this side of the hemisphere their prepaid credit cards. There are other programs that are going to be implemented on the same platform where people are making money within the CARICOM and North America from social media, and that too either go into investment into their coins or it go into their prepaid cards that they're able to spend. So in essence, the bridge.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You can finish. Go ahead and finish.
No, in essence, as the state of the diaspora meets with all the NGOs and governments and implements some of the programs and funding here, Yazz money play a crucial part in a platform for the university students, because we are now offering university and a number of things to Caribbean people. So it will be a simple platform by which one can trade and pay for their courses, acquire stuff in the crypto world, and of course it's being secured by the African gold. So it's a historic time to have these coins that is always going to be backed by gold, something tangible, not like some of the coins out there, even with Bitcoin, that you have to hope on the market to do well. Thank you.
So I don't know if Kenneth wants to add anything. Kenneth, do you want to add anything?
I think the guys pretty much said it all. This is as it was said, this is a historic moment, so we could take back some control, take back our own future, and build the economy for the diaspora.
Now, there's a bit of distrust with cryptocurrency. How do we instill confidence in what we're doing?
Ty, you want to take that?
Yeah, so we registered
You said
as a
there's some,
company in. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
yeah,
go
you
ahead.
said there's some distrust. Yes, Tommy said there's some distrust in cryptocurrency. How do we get over that?
Yeah. So as I said, we registered as a company in Canada. We registered in Zambia. We registered in Zimbabwe and South Africa. We have a crypto license in South Africa, and I believe we have a joint venture with Ambassador Jerry in Trinidad. They'll be handling our uh, finances and purchasing of the coin in Trinidad and the Caribbean. So it's not like as if you are going to some uh, independent person in the cryptosphere to purchase some coin that has been pumped up to 1,000 or 10,000%, and you're going to be one of the bag holders after the rug has been pulled. In this case, everything is legitimized by having actual companies backing it, working with the state of the African diaspora. So this is like an official currency within the African diaspora, right? And there's just a lot of checks and balances. We're going to be having the big four audit our gold, right? So if we say that we have, $1 million in reserves, we're going to have to make sure that we have those reserves, right? If you think about it, a lot of other people cannot prove that, right? You won't be able to go into the vaults and see the actual reserves. So companies like Price Waterhouse, Deloitte, they will be coming and auditing us every 3 months to make sure that we say what we have. Trust but verify, right? We're not trying to scam anybody. We're a legitimate company. We're part of the African state of the African diaspora. It is a currency of the state of the African diaspora, and we're trying to make this a reality. So, Jerry, do you wanna give some input into this?
But that, yeah, the African dollar, we look forward to seeing it as one of the currencies that come popular within the diaspora by way of our people using it to both for financial gain and for doing business with the continent. The fact that it's one of the currencies that the diaspora is going to be, a number of states are going to be coming out with currencies. This is just one of the first that is going to be accepted throughout the diaspora in the tourism sector, in our trade sector. And it's just the first to come to the Caribbean region and North America, expanding out of Africa at this point in time.
Now, we are looking at the sixth region as the focus. How many African nations are we looking at endorsing this new currency?
Well, the state of itself, the state of the diaspora of itself as an African state has relationship with 33 assigned by agreements with at least with 33 of the African states that were involved in the smart cities and trade and tourism and culture and education. So a number of the states that already working jointly with the state, those states that already board with the state of the African diaspora will be an expansion of where we are promoting the trade and the tourism and the sector in terms of bridging the gap between the continent and CARICOM and North America.
But just to add to that, since we are registered in Zambia and Zimbabwe, the crypto will be used here as well. Not sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You go ahead, Ty.
Hello?
You go ahead, Ty. Yeah.
Yeah, so of course it's not going to be the official currency of Zambia and Zimbabwe because they have their own currencies, but people will be able to purchase the Afro Gold dollar within the countries here, And I mean, you already have different, like in South Africa, for example, you have the South African Gold Coin Exchange, where they do something similar. The problem with the South African Gold Coin Exchange is that they offer it as an investment, but if you pay $600 and you cannot continue paying for a full ounce of gold, you may lose your investment, right? Whereas with us, if you pay $600 towards the Afro Gold dollar, even though you haven't purchased a full ounce of gold, you're just owning a fraction of that, right? So you're buying $600 worth of Afro Gold dollar, right? That's the beauty about it. It's fractional ownership, right? You don't lose out on your investment. You keep it. You want to sell it, you can sell it at any point. And it's all pegged against the US dollar, not the US, but the gold,
now, are these going to be traded on a particular exchange?
Yes, they are. Right now, they're on CoinPark, coinpark.com. So if you go to coinpark.com, you can purchase with USDT or Bitcoin. CoinPark, KOINPARK.com, coinpark.com. So you can purchase right now with either Bitcoin or USDT. It's live.
Yeah, we're having some difficulties with the internet.
You're not hearing him?
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing him.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm
no,
hearing
let him just continue. Just continue. No, so he can just continue. He could just continue. Maybe it's my internet. You know, but I just asked a question because. Go ahead.
Yeah, so on CoinPark's app, you can purchase with your digital wallet. So if you have USDT in your digital wallet, you can purchase the Afro Gold dollar right now with either Bitcoin or USDT. And on the exchange, you can exchange it for any crypto. So if you have Ethereum, you can change it for USDT and purchase the Afro Gold dollar. And the ticker sign is ADLG. So it's Afro Gold dollar, ADLG.
And someone is asking the question, what is backing the gold dollar?
Actual physical gold. So as soon as the dollar is purchased, we purchase the exact same amount of gold and store it in the vaults.
Okay. All right. So that's what's backing it, right? Now,
exactly.
Here is another question, right? How much citizens in Zambia is currently into the crypto business?
So Zambia is very advanced. Zambia is very advanced. Yazz Money has a joint venture with Yellow Card. Yellow Card is owned by Jack Dorsey. Square, Coinbase, and Circle have invested $40 million into Yellow Card. Yellow Card is in 33 African countries. You can purchase any cryptocurrency with the local currency. So Africa is advancing within the crypto space rapidly. I would say that Africans trust crypto more than their own currencies. Recently, Zambia's currency depreciated from 18 kwacha to the US dollar to 26 kwacha to the US dollar. But the people that invested into crypto have actually done very well in the past year, right? So it's a way for Zambians to sort of hedge their against depreciation within their currencies, and everybody's buying into it. You can actually purchase crypto with your mobile money. So in Africa, a lot of people, some of them don't have banks, but they have cell phones. Their cell phone is their bank, so they can purchase crypto with money in their cell phone, right?
Okay. Now, Mr. Matthews, can you hear me?
So, Tommy, try again.
Mr. Matthews.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, what I was wondering is, how does the U.S. treat with this new cryptocurrency?
We're starting a new alliance with the Caribbean counterpart there. So Ms. Jerry is over, and so we are just starting up. We're going to be marketing and letting people know that you could buy the African gold and where you could buy it and how to invest in Africa, and as far as setting up a legacy for your family in the future, an investment.
What is the initial investment? What does the initial investment look like? So let's just for example, like I decide, I do some homework.
Go ahead on, Ty.
Yeah, so one coin is 1 gram of gold, which is around $75, right? But you don't have to buy the whole gram of gold. You can just buy a fraction. So if you have 5 USDT, you can purchase a fraction of the AfroGold dollar, right? And you can keep on adding. So if your savings are only $5 or $10 a month, that's your investment. You can think about it as not buying a Starbucks coffee, right? So for 1 Starbucks coffee every month, you can invest into an AfroGold dollar, right?
And that would show up in your wallet as ownership of that.
Exactly.
And again, just to add to that, you can look at gold. Gold is not going to drop as Bitcoin would have taken a dive. Everybody get accustomed to that, get into Bitcoin, which is really backed by hopes that the market do well, and then you take a dive and you sit. Gold is staying at a steady price, and it projected to go up as the demand with all the central banks around the world. Even the U.S. Mint is trying to acquire gold. So that's where your investment is safe.
In Trinidad and Tobago, recently, the Unit Trust Corporation, which I think is partially owned by the government, I'm not sure if they're fully or partially owned by the government, decided they want to stay away from cryptocurrency. How does that affect Yazz money trying to get into Trinidad and Tobago? Knowing that the UTC, which is a unit trust in Trinidad.
Yazz money, if you look at crypto, online business takes a different, this different. Remember, even now in Trinidad, it doesn't stop anyone that has the guy who may have just over $200 US he gets in tips, a taxi driver getting US every day, to turn around, put it on his wallet, and go online. Everyone in Trinidad has been buying Bitcoin, all who involved in Bitcoin and crypto. They go online, and even though they're here in Trinidad, you go to all these global boxes, and there's a window that when you hit on it, it drops down, and it will show you Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago, it's just as they were purchasing online and doing stuff online. Once they have their own currency, they are buying crypto and trading in the market online. What we're going to try to do in the future is make it more accessible by working to be able to have TT dollars put on the exchange, so someone can actually use TT dollars to get some value in the Africa gold coin. That's where the difference will come. But right now, Trinidad, you could be in Trinidad here, and you will go online and see a number of crypto company, and you get on your computer and you purchase your stuff online. So at the moment, most of the 3 companies that I've seen advertised operating in Trinidad space, none of them is Trinidad-based company, but those are the companies that a lot of people who in Trinidad, if you go online and you Google crypto companies in Trinidad, you'll see 3 companies. So people are using companies buying what is out there right now in Trinidad.
So what I'm hearing you saying, Mr. Ferguson, is that there are other companies in Trinidad and Tobago currently dealing with cryptocurrency.
No, I'm not saying they are in Trinidad. What I'm saying that once you go online, you will see that they feature Trinidad. So you're able to purchase on them.
Okay.
I'm here in Trinidad, yeah. So because the internet now, when you're in Trinidad, once you go online, this is more or less online electronic commerce.
Now, how does Yazz Money Enterprise differentiates itself in this competitive fintech market?
We
So
hope with
yes, money. Yes, money is first of all a fintech company. So we help different organizations like banking institutions to on ramp, off ramp. So we've partnered with banking software to integrate with our APIs to allow them to give their customers access to our crypto, how can I say this, exchange. So let's say a customer at a certain bank anywhere in the world wants to swap their US dollars or their pounds or their local currency with a crypto or even our Afro gold dollar. It can be done in a seamless way, right? We also have an app called the Dapi app. Dapi in Shona, which is an African language in Zimbabwe, means what's up. So Dapi will have the Afro gold dollar as a currency, where, as Jerry was saying, you'll be able to purchase anywhere on the street. So your phone becomes your point of sale device, right? So in if you look at countries like India, you can 95% of all purchases are done by UPI. So people pay with the QR codes, right? So within the African diaspora and within Africa, then DAPI app can facilitate transactions like this, right? As well as the help that we do within the state of the African diaspora, providing guidance on future currencies and current currencies. So we have a vast array of services and products that we offer. It's not just the crypto, but it's the infrastructure backing the crypto, right? That's where your as money comes into play.
Okay. Someone says you had talked about having an audit every 3 months. They said, why do they have to have an audit every 3 months?
Why? Because like even if you were a
Yeah.
government
Someone asked.
institution saying, yeah, so if you're a government institution saying that your currency is backed by gold, right? Wouldn't you want to know that, that they are saying that they're telling the truth, right? In any type of professional organization, you get audited, right? So if we are saying that we are holding gold and for backing the gold is backing the currency for the state of the African diaspora, we should be able to prove that those reserves are there, right? We can't just say, oh, we have $2 trillion worth of gold backing our currency. It has to be audited, right, to provide the trust. Otherwise, if we say that we've got it, then we could say we have $20 trillion, right? But then you won't trust us. But if the auditors say that we have it, then you will trust us, right?
Let me just add to that. One of the key things for a company that is coming in the market, take for instance, we have launched with we have a certain number of coins out there. As people invest in the coins, more coins will be going onto the market. So you must show that you have a surplus. That is open transparency, and that is just clean, good business. I shouldn't see why having audit, that's the strength of where you said with all what is going on and people having doubts in the market is, to me, that's where we are looking to come in to eliminate those doubts and bring solutions to where people have failed to provide those solutions to the organization.
Yeah, once that question was asked, it brought to mind, in my mind, there was a company called Tingo Group Financial. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it. but that company was overstating its financial report, and the owner end up in tough waters. Let me say that. I'm being very diplomatic here. But anyway, let's get back to let's get
Yeah, I mean,
let's get back to
there's brother, but you're right. There's been many publicly traded companies, and I think Ken, you can state that right now. You have a CPA, so if a public institution misstates their revenues, the CEO and the CFO can actually go to jail,
Oh
right?
yes.
Can
Oh
can you
yes.
back that? Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. The CEO and the CFO. Yeah.
And which law is that? That's the
well,
Frank
this
Dodd law, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
this CFO end up in a lot of hot water because he was overstating the books and records, and he made somewhat a lot of money. But anyway, that has nothing to do with you guys. Now, is the gold coin the primary service offered by Jazz Money Enterprise?
No, that's just one of
No,
that's just one of the many menu of services in terms of the
yeah.
prepaid Visa and MasterCard. A number of other services um, falls under Yazz money.
Sorry, just
So
to add to
these
that, it's
services
the
will be
tech
offered to.
it's the
Yeah,
tech
you know,
infrastructure as well.
the gold coin is about the future. It's about saving and investment. But yes, money also have the payment where people have to live. And so we have the POS system where people are making money and they're doing trade. So we're thinking about today and tomorrow is what Yes Money is all about. How do we get our people to look to invest for tomorrow and live for the day?
Yazz money also
So for
going to
example,
no Yazz
would
money
I be able
also
to
has
use Yaz? Would I be able
no
to use Yaz money to send money to someone in Trinidad?
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
So for remittances, that's actually the one of the main pillars of Yaz Money, right? You'll be able to send money to Trinidad. You'll be able to purchase within Trinidad. Our overall objective is to reduce the cost of remittances. Within Africa, some African countries pay as much as 10% to remit money back. So people in the UK are spending 10% to send money to the relatives in Africa, right? So Yaz's money can reduce those costs to 2% or 1%, right?
Yazz money also has a
Yeah. So
relationship
I
going into with Commercia X that brings Commercia X is bringing the social media platform, earning money on the social media platform while you use it, and that go automatically to your wallet. So by partnering with Commercia X, combining what Yazz money bring to the table and what Commercia X, they can go to commerciaxweb.com and see what they already bring to the table. It's a major joint venture that merges two powerhouse for the future of the diaspora.
And the reason why I ask that question is because when we look at money, Western Union and MoneyGram, and most people who are sending money to the Caribbean or sending money to Trinidad from outside and here in the diaspora will use like Western Union. And if you're sending 100 US dollars, they might charge you $9.99, for example, right? Which is like 10%.
Exactly.
$100 they charge you 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Are we saying that with Yaz money, if I want to remit 100 US dollars to someone in Trinidad and Tobago, it will be less than that 10% that Western Union or money. I don't know what MoneyGram charge. Western Union or
Yeah,
MoneyGram charge as an example.
as I
Yes,
mentioned, yeah.
Ty, let me just let him know.
Okay,
Also,
you answered.
with regards to the fees, especially what we face in the Caribbean here, it will just go to that person's wallet from your wallet out there, straight to the person's wallet, and they would have the prepaid card that they start spending immediately, so they don't have to line up and wait, and they can get it straight to the wallet, which goes straight to the prepaid card. It's just as Zelle. We are taking the same way you can use Zelle service and Cash App in the US. We are combining the African version that gives you all of it all on one platform.
Now, with our banking software,
Okay, good.
as soon as we integrate with the banks will actually be able to off ramp into the customer's local bank account, right? So it'll come from the friends or relatives in the diaspora and be on off ramped directly into their account, and they can use their local bank account as well or the app, right? So this is where I'm saying that Yazz Money is more of the infrastructure behind the AfroGold dollar, right? It's a full solution. It's a total solution.
Right. So it's not just the African dollar, which you can basically buy as an investment for future purposes, right? But there's also part of it is remittances as well and other things, right? With respect to, I'm talking strictly about
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
We say prepaid cards, remittances, cryptocurrency, and you can just be a straight up investor buying gold.
Exactly. You've summed it up.
Correct.
But you forgot the infrastructure behind it all. So
when we look at it, right, in Trinidad and Tobago, we have Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. I don't know if they are in the 18th century or if they're in the 21st century, because I worked at the New York Stock Exchange, and I see Ferguson laughing. So how is it? Go ahead.
Yeah. So actually,
How is
talking
it
about
that
stock
you,
exchanges,
Ferguson? Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I
No,
was saying,
you
talking
can go
about
ahead.
stock exchanges. The Victoria Falls Stock Exchange in Zimbabwe is a US dollar-based stock exchange, and Yazz Money will be listing very soon on the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange.
Okay, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. So you're saying that you will have an IPO at some point in time, and there will be a price, when that IPO is listed on the Zambian Stock Exchange or whatever exchange
Well,
it is. Correct?
it's gonna be in Zimbabwe on the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange. Yes.
Okay, Zimbabwe. Yeah, Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe on the Victorian Stock Exchange.
Victoria
Right?
Falls.
Yeah. And
Victoria
right.
Falls Stock Exchange.
So
Yeah.
is that for only people in the African diaspora or people from
No,
outside
anybody
of Zimbabwe can
can
participate?
invest. Anybody internationally, it's an international stock exchange. You can invest into Yazz Money Enterprises on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange, or the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange.
Now, how does Yazz Money ensure the security and privacy of its users' transactions?
So first of all, CoinPark is an exchange, and they deal with digital wallets, and they don't expose. I mean, they do KYC, but Yazz money itself does not. How can I say this? We don't do the KYC, right? The KYC is done by the crypto exchange. And a lot of times, that type of stuff
That's know
is
your customer, right?
man. Exactly. That's mandated by particular governments, right? So we have no control of that, right? Um, there's a lot of money laundering going on. There's a lot of shenanigans that are happening. So the governments have decided to regulate that space, which I think is a good thing, right? This is why we're partnering with banks, because banks automatically do KYC on their customers, right? So if you're banking at a certain bank in Trinidad and they've already done KYC on you, know your customer, you should be able to purchase crypto because of that, right? It should be a seamless transaction. So, the privacy part, we don't really manage that because we're not an exchange. Maybe going forward in the future, we might become an exchange, but for now, we just list on on one exchange, and we're looking at listing on multiple exchanges, and hopefully by the end of this year, we'll be on Binance.
Okay. 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 Because in my estimation, right, when you talk about cryptocurrency in Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know what it is like if the most of the lay person in Trinidad and Tobago, they may have heard of cryptocurrency, but they don't know what it's really like. How does it trade? For example, you could tell a person that you have a stock, you could buy it on the New York Stock Exchange, right? If you buy it at $10, you hope it goes up to $11, $12, or $13, or $14. At some point in time, if you decide I want to get rid of it, you could sell it, buyers and sellers. So it's cryptocurrency in layman's terms, right? For people who don't know, is it something similar to that, or is it totally different?
Well, in this case, it's more like a stable coin, right? So we're not offering you like unbelievably high returns where if you invest, $1,000, you could become a millionaire. No, that's not what we're offering. We're offering you a stable metals exchange where it's linked to gold, right? So as the price of gold goes up, your investment goes up. Now, as I mentioned before, we have this agreement with the Bullion Bank of Africa as part of the State of the African Diaspora. We will be investing into infrastructure projects. So if we utilize your gold as part of that investment, you can participate in getting 5 times your investment, right? So we'll make those
Okay.
investments available to you. But again, like if it's too good to be true, it's most likely going to be a scam, right? Like you understand that even on the New York Stock Exchange, most of that stuff is a scam. Most of those guys, the system is rigged, right? Most people lose money day trading, right? So in anything you can lose money, but we offering you to purchase gold, right? We have a stable currency that's linked to gold, which is, in my opinion, the best investments. That's why most central banks are purchasing gold, right? Because you know even the most powerful currencies in the world might no longer be powerful going forward, right? Because people they start printing too much money. If you look at the Zimbabwe currency, Zimbabwe has had 6 currencies in the past 20 years because their central banks were not disciplined. They printed and printed and printed to the point where nobody trusted the currency, right? But now Zimbabwe is switching to gold, a gold backed currency, right? Why are they doing that? Because they know that, once you back your currency by gold, you cannot just go and print money to create to increase your economy, right? By backing your currency with gold, you're more disciplined. You have to mine the gold, right? So gold is, in my opinion, is one of the best investments.
Okay. Now, Ferguson, how is Jazz Money going to navigate the regulatory landscape for cryptocurrencies in Trinidad and Tobago?
I was smiled a while ago because I've had a couple of attorneys and different people having conversations with people from the central bank and the different agencies, and I think they are at a still where they can't classify it, they can't identify it, they don't know how to classify it here. So in the meantime, um, a lot of the e-commerce is where people have to look to get to take advantage of what is going to be out there in the crypto world. However, look forward to hoping uh, to work with the different administrations here as we are working with different central banks in St. Kitts, Central Bank Barbados, Central Bank, several central banks we are working with in the Caribbean. And I'm hoping by working with talking to several central bank governors all at the same time, it can help bring a consensus by which what they can't identify in Trinidad, they'll be able to see other Caribbean islands stepping in a direction. And hopefully, I think Trinidad in this area wants to play very, very safe. The decision makers, no one wants to step into the arena that they don't know, because some of the people in Trinidad already operating, and even some of the young folks, mind you, some of the very young people in Trinidad are already doing business in the 22nd century. And we have administration back in the 18th and 19th century. So you see what is happening.
Oh, that's why you smiled just now when I said something.
So, while there would be governmental and issue challenges with government, we need to come up with a solution to give the people in the diaspora a fair chance to participate in generation wealth, rather than, it's more like not always what your country don't ever do anything for you. They always say it's what you can do for your country. So whatever we can do for our countrymen, and whatever we can bring here to help the people who are moving in the highway that is moving already doing business in the 22nd century, to hope that there will always be a foundation of people here that when Trinidad decide to come on stream, there's already a foundation of people here ready to keep the stream going. But in the meantime,
how long you think it's going to take you for Trinidad and Tobago to come on stream?
I predict, based on a couple of other Caribbean islands that I'm working with and having daily talks with the Minister of Finance and the Central Bank, I can see other Caribbean countries, without calling any name, coming, taking advantage of crypto and the crypto market before Trinidad settles in on it. However, in recent times, as the Prime Minister has steadily been indicating, India delegations and diaspora and the African diaspora, and eventually the financial arm here, but inviting all the investors here and all these delegations and saying, yes, we're bringing all these people who want to invest. The people here have to realize how investors internationally see the world going through here. So they will have to come online, because investors will come. Yes, the delegations will come, but no investment, no real credit investment will take place, because our financial sector is still in the 18th century.
Ferguson, I like that answer again, man, because you run me wrong the savannah there. When I the two other gentlemen may not understand that, but this is some Trinidadian talk with the two other parts. I was just kind of looking for a timeline, because I think this is something significantly important in Trinidad and Tobago, and we have to move into the 21st century. You understand? And whether they like it or not, cryptocurrency is here to stay. And they have to get on board. But I don't want it to be a hindrance of them putting out negative information. Like what UTC put out is that they're not gonna do anything with cryptocurrency. You understand? That could have an impact on what you guys are trying to achieve in Trinidad and Tobago, because UTC, is a big bank in Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I also know is that one of the approach that I've decided to use is work with the other Caribbean countries, and I think when the Caribbean countries and their neighbors and our Trinidad and our neighbors in CARICOM is moving, it will not be Trinidad would be left behind, and they will be coming from behind. So it's some things that you must get online with, and crypto is one of them. We are talking a cashless society. Trinidad has already gone into that direction with the banks, and everything has to be done in your ATM, and everything wants to be cashless. So if it's not the end of this year, but as more international businesses and companies and the other Caribbean islands take advantage of it, I can see where Trinidad will eventually adjust to accommodate it.
So, folks,
and not leave Trinidadians here behind, left out.
Right. So let's hold for there's just hold first for a few seconds. We're gonna go for a quick break. I know the gentleman is in Zambia, right? It's Zambia he is, and it's kind of late in the morning. So let's hold for give us a few seconds. We just gotta go for a quick station identification, and we'll be right back. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. And we have with us here several executives from Yazz Money. We'll be right back after this short message. Don't go nowhere. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you. And we have several executives here from Yazz Money. And here is another question that I have, right? What are your predictions for the adoption of cryptocurrency in Trinidad and Tobago over the next 5 years?
Jerry, do you want to answer that?
Let's see. Over the next, I'm hoping in less than 5 years, as we're looking at somewhere around July, should start the first set of flights, 6-hour flights from Ghana to Barbados, which has been the hub for most of the flights and stuff coming this way. And I know later this year there's plans to have a couple of cruise ships underwater, from slave ships to cruise ships. That should be still on schedule later coming on stream. As these types of tourism bridge come into play, and most of the international people is operating cashless with crypto and paying for crypto and using crypto and using the African dollar on both flights and cruise ships, and as there's supposed to be some free trade zone also coming in the area. So as trade and tourism picks up, and it becomes a choice of how the continent and the Caribbean is doing business, I can see that they would view crypto and the essentials of adopting crypto and having crypto become available in Trinidad to everyone, and not leaving people, anyone left behind from a generation wealth. This is what I propose that I'm championing, to get those other Caribbean islands to be moving forward vigorously with crypto.
No. With crypto, we have a lot of cryptocurrencies being traded on platforms like Robinhood. We look forward to one day having Yazz Money and Robinhood.
Well, it will more be like Yazz Money having its own platform like Robinhood, right? So that's the ultimate goal, is that Yazz Money becomes a Robinhood. But for now, for the next, I would say, phase one, it would be to list the Afro Gold dollar on Robinhood and Binance and the top crypto exchanges, right? So that's phase one. But phase two, we would have our own crypto exchange.
Now, I want to get back to some basic. Let's say I heard the interview today, right? And I want to invest in cryptocurrency with Yazz money. What do I have to do?
So right now, the Afro Gold Dollar right now is on the CoinPark exchange,
Say
right?
that again.
So if you
What's
go
it
to
called? Coin.
CoinPark,
Coin.
KoinPark, coinpark.com,
Okay. All right. And someone will go there
and you
and
can
they will look for what? What would they look for?
ADLG. So the ticker sign is Afro Gold Dollar ADLG.
Okay. ADLG. All right. And when
Yeah.
you go there, will there
Sorry,
be a
sorry, sorry. It's AGLD. So Afro Gold, like
Gold dollar.
AGLD.
AGLD?
Yeah,
Okay. And when you
yeah,
go there, do they list crypto by bid and ask? Based on
exactly. Yeah. So there's bid and ask. It's an exchange, so you have to bid for it with
right.
USDT or Bitcoin.
Okay, okay. So all right. So we got out of it. Coinpack.com, AGLD is the symbol. You know, I'm just trying to
Exactly.
simplify it here. Like, when you're on the exchange, if you go to the exchange and you look for a stock, there's a stock symbol, there's a bid and an ask price. You can decide whether you want to pay, a limit, or you want to play in between the bid and the ask, and so on. So I'm just using my New York Stock Exchange experience here, to simplify it, for people.
No, those are good questions. Those are good questions. So
Yeah. No.
yeah.
Finally, what advice will you give to entrepreneurs in Trinidad and Tobago looking to venture into the cryptocurrency business? I mean, of course, you'll tell them go to Yazz Money, right?
No, no. I would encourage people to build companies, and but I would say first solve a problem, right? Don't just say, oh, I want to get into crypto because crypto is the next big thing. Solve a problem first, right? What problem are you solving?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No, I hear you. I hear you, because um, there are many people who are afraid to invest in the stock market because they feel that if I invest $1,000, I may lose all my money, right? So people don't think about there's risk reward. Buying a stock, there's a risk, but there's also a reward where you could buy. Just for example, if you bought Amazon way back when and you just bought 100 shares, if it was $37, right? Now Amazon may have split about 1,000,001 times. I'm exaggerating here. You could be, you know, close to being a millionaire with just 100 shares of Amazon back then. You know, so um, with cryptocurrency, can we see a crypto doesn't split, right? A cryptocurrency
No,
doesn't split.
so with the Afro Gold dollar, and I keep going back to the bullion bank, right?
Right.
So the bullion bank is run by a gentleman that used to work for the World Bank, and they invest, as you know, the World Bank invests in infrastructure projects around the world, and they partner with different banking institutions like HSBC, Lloyd's of London, and different organizations where that fund these big institutions. So if you're going to build a dam in a particular country, and that dam needs $5 billion or $50 billion, then the World Bank will fund that. But in order to get the project started, they need a deposit, right? And usually, a lot of times, that deposit comes in the form of gold. So this is where we step in and we provide that deposit, right? So we'll provide $100 million worth of gold for that particular infrastructure project, right? Once the project is completed, we get back 5 times that investment, right? So if you opted to invest into that particular investment, you would get 5 times the value of your gold investment, right? So if you invested $1,000, you'd get back $5,000, right, or close to that. I mean, obviously there's management fees and blah blah blah, because we are going to be needing to manage the investment, right? So let's just call it 4 times the investment, right? But you'd be getting back something more than just the value of the gold. But at the end of the day, your gold is still protected, right? So if the infrastructure project goes south, right, your gold is still there. You still own the gold, if that makes sense.
No, I hear you, right? But I just thought about something. If you are thinking about creating a platform like Zelle, like I use Zelle quite often, right? And in my estimation, eventually the bank's going to charge for Zelle. That's what I think. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually Zelle cannot continue to be free, using the bank for free, because bank make money by charging you fees, right? That's part of how they make money, right? So
Or Zelle becomes a bank.
or Zelle
Cash App became a bank.
But I can't see. Well, Zelle kind of put Cash App into the background, sort of. And we had Venmo, and I noticed that now some of these institutions are charging you, like if you want your money now, they charge you like 75 cents. You want your money now?
Yeah. In 2 days, it's free.
Yeah,
Let's
2
use
days.
it for 2 days. Let's use it for 2 days.
Right. We're gonna invest it for 2 days, right? But if you want your money now, we're gonna charge you. I mean, it's interesting. It's very.
Let's use it for 2 days, and we give it to you. You get it. You don't pay us.
Yeah, we could buy.
Going back
Go
to your question.
Yeah.
Yazz Money is going to be providing the infrastructure, the banking software for banks that allows their customers to on-ramp and off-ramp, right?
Yeah.
So that's we don't look at replacing banks. We're going to be working with banks, right? Because I think banks are important, right? You can't get rid of banks. Why do you want to get rid of banks, right? Banks are important. That's how the economy grows, right? So we want to keep the banks happy. We want to work with the banks, right? Our software is just going to provide. It's going to be the glue between the crypto world and the fiat world.
Now, last question for me, right? What strategies does Yazz Money employ to foster trust amongst its users, especially in light of global crypto assets concerns?
So as I said, the main thing that we're going to be doing is having the big four audit our gold reserves, right? I think at the end of the day, if we say we have, $2 million or $20 million in gold reserves, and the auditors can prove that we do have that there should be the trust, right?
Okay. All right. So what we are saying is that we will be relying on the auditors to come in, and investigate, so to speak, that if we say we have $10 million of gold reserves, that we actually have 10 million, and it's not we have $1 million, as an example.
Exactly. You shouldn't trust me and say, if I say, oh yeah, I've got $100 million worth of gold in reserves, like trust but verify, right? I mean, everybody should be doing this. You do it in the Caribbean, right? You don't just trust anybody, you verify.
You see, when you don't have these big four auditors there regularly, you see what's happening to Donald Trump. We don't want to end up in Trump's situation. We don't want to end up a Trump situation. That's a perfect example of saying you have something and you don't have it. So to keep us clear of that,
going back
we go in advance.
Going back to your your earlier conversation or example of big companies overstating income, right? Any accountant that has an auditing background will tell you, you can't overstate income. So you go in and you audit. You make sure that people are saying what is true. Trust but verify, right?
So that's absolutely good to hear because that will give people confidence that this Yazz money, what you guys are doing, is not something different, so to speak. Yeah.
No,
Um.
it's a
So
traditional.
yeah.
We kind of bring in the crypto, modern crypto, with the stability of traditional finance, which is backed by gold, right? Gold, gold, gold. That's the key word here. Gold.
But somebody's asking a question. So, what secure insurance you have on your investment? That is the goal, right? If the person
Exactly. That's your
asking for
gold.
the goal is the insurance,
Cool.
right?
Exactly. The gold sitting there waiting to insure you.
Okay. So it's like all have to be done is that when the auditors come in, if on your books and record is X, the auditors have to prove and say yes. The financial statement
Eh,
show there is X, in the vault,
exactly.
wherever it
Yeah.
is, wherever it's located.
Ex-
Yeah.
exactly. Every 3 months, the auditors come in. We say we have $300 million worth of Afro gold dollar in liquidity, and we need to go back to the vaults and see, do you have the equivalent of gold in there? Yes, you do. Hey, everybody's happy, right?
Now, are you guys going to be giving recommendations to people what they should buy as far as is it just going to be one gold coin, or there are going to be just
Yeah,
like we talk about the futures, right? and and
yeah.
and we talk about when we talk about the futures earlier, is there going to be one gold coin or there going to be different gold coins?
So we're going to start off with the gold,
The,
right, as a central one, but eventually we're going to add to it. So we're looking at doing, like, Zambia is one of the largest producers of copper in the world, right? So we're talking to different people within the government to see if we could back a copper-based, not I guess copper-based crypto, so we could do copper investments, right? So there's a lot of need to grow the copper space, and as you see, copper has gone from, or not gone, but if they predicting, Goldman Sachs is predicting that copper is going to be at $40,000 a ton. Today, copper is at 10,000, right? Copper is used in everything. Copper is used in Teslas, all types of electronics, right? So it's a very valuable commodity. So we're looking at doing a lot of investments and promotions within the copper space because there's a huge opportunity there as well. But for now, we're just gonna stick with gold because that's let's solve one problem at a time, right?
let me just add to that before we go. You was talking about, I mean, I'm sure it might have brought up. One of the things that we also going to be introducing that the CARICOM will take a benefit from, we are going to be tokenizing the cattle. In Zambia, they're going to tokenize the cattle. And now have the cattle, the farmer that have 500 heads of cattle just sitting there, this cattle going to be tokenized and now being monetized. So could you imagine bringing having the Caribbean farmers now be able to tokenize the little heads of cattle that will go on the same exchange that all these thousands of heads of cattle are being traded on and make money by tokenizing the cattle also. So all those, it's a variety, a whole menu of new type of services to meet new demand, to bring new financials. So there's money in all essence will be actually setting the bar right now by which other companies, as we unveil 22nd century technology in the financial and in the crypto and tourism and trade sector, we stay ahead of the game.
So am I hearing you guys saying that an investor in Trinidad it will be more lucrative for you to invest with Yazz money as opposed to investing in the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange.
Well, we don't want to say that.
No,
Okay.
we are just about bringing solutions that this part of the
Yeah.
diaspora could benefit from, what Africa, the continent, is using. And as we look into generation wealth and wealth for all our people, we're just bringing the information on this side of the hemisphere.
Well, I want to say something that, a lot of times, people in America talk about reparations, right? And it's almost as if we want to beg our former oppressors to pay us for the injustices that have happened in the past. What Yazz Money is offering is the opportunity for us to take back the narrative, to change the narrative, bring back the control, put us in charge. We don't need reparations. We have the gold, we have the resources, we have the unity, right? Let's unite, let's come together, right? Let's build something for us. That's what Yazz Money is about, right?
So how is Yazz money getting the information out to the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
We haven't launched. This is the first. A lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago would have been hearing of Yazz Money because we are still trying to ensure that we're still trying to ensure from the various stakeholders here. In other words, get some type of get the support on board blessing as everyone is scared to step forward. So we haven't really launched in, but we are planning as Trinidad and Tobago is about to come onto emancipation and a number of things, the African CARICOM Day. We're going to use those occasions that are coming up, CARICOM Day, African CARICOM Day, all those holidays, emancipation, to inform the population and to roll out options. By that time, we should have a lot of favorable stuff with here. The diaspora at this point have certain certain positions here in CARICOM, and even with our youth program and some of the programs that the diaspora is ready to fund for the government with regards to youth and some humanitarian project. I think part of the funding process and part of what we are bringing to the table and what Africa is giving back to Caribbean will sort of help open the door to overcome some of these challenges to bring Trinidad and Tobago online with 22nd century trading and investments vision.
So let me just quickly say something from the chat here. So Mr. Ansem, I have to trust an auditor. Yes, all companies have to be audited and they have to trust the auditor. Except if you're in Trinidad, you could trust the auditor general, but you might be able to trust the Minister of Finance. That is my statement. He said CL Financial said the same thing. CL Financial was totally different. CL Financial actually got a loan from the government, and when they couldn't pay it back, the government went out and seized their assets, even though CL Financial may have already paid back every cent that was owed to the government. And Hailey says, ask him about the white papers, where we find it.
Oh, it's on CoinPack. They can see the white paper on coinpack.com.
Right. So you can go to CoinPack. This person says, laugh out loud, Mr. So, folks, what we learned tonight is that currently, if you want to get involved with the coin, you can go to coinpack.com. That's KOINPAK.com. And the symbol is AGLD. That's correct?
Correct.
Right. So until other things are rolled out with respect to the remittance and so on and so forth, that is how we can immediately participate in the process, right?
Exactly.
Right. So if someone decides that, you know what, I will take a chance. Let me take a chance. Let me start investing in cryptocurrency. Right? I could go on coinpack.com and purchase AGLD currently.
Correct.
Now, what is the amount of money you have to start with? Like when you open a brokerage account, some of them tell you you had to put in $1,000, $500. You know, Robinhood and them might be totally different. You know, what do you have to start with?
So it's based on a fraction. So you could do $10 if you want to, right?
Okay.
You could do $100. It's all based on whatever your budget is.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So you
because if you go to Bitcoin now, you wouldn't be buying a whole Bitcoin. Any money you buy will be part of a fraction of Bitcoin.
okay. Okay. So you could buy parts and work your way up to a whole coin, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. 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 It sounds like these companies that allow you to buy, one share. However, they get a conglomerate of people buying one share, and then at the end, they go and buy like 1,000 share because they have all these people buying one share, at a certain price, so they can go out and get 1,000 shares at a certain price. So, folks,
There's 1.4 billion people in Africa, 200 million people in the diaspora. If everybody bought one share, we could be sitting on a lot of gold. Right.
so this is more important for people in the diaspora to understand that
Yeah.
you could be making money, right? And this is a way that would start with a small investment. You don't have to start big. You could start small and see what happens, and then learn. And then until the other things come online, like remittances and so on and so forth, I mean, something like Zelle will be really nice too, and to really enhance what the company is all about. So, um, Hailey says it is at $1.35 USA today. USD today. So he just looked up the price, I guess. AGLD. So
Yeah.
it's at $1.35. That's cheap, man. Maybe I gotta go and do a little small thing, boy.
You remember, we want to spread the wealth, so we have to bring it where small people could come into it and grow with the coin and get wealth.
Right. But let me ask a question now. I am in Trinidad, and this is $1.35 USD. How am I gonna be able to convert my TT in order to buy these coins in US?
If you're in Trinidad, you know the answer to it. People in Trinidad know the answer to that.
No, no, Ferguson. No.
Yes, people in Trinidad know the answer to that. Right? So, like I say, we are making we are doing stuff, and information would be available through Yazz Money, YazzPayCaribbean.com, which will be a website, and Yazz website, Yazz Money will be two websites that they could frequent, and they would see what's available to them based on where they are.
But let me say, in my estimation, the government should be making it easy for people to trade here on wherever it is with respect to trade.
Well,
I
I think currently banks allow their customers here to get $200 a month. I think that's what they give you when you go to the bank. They tell you your quota is 200 US now a month.
200 US.
Yeah, a month. That's a monthly quota.
You gonna buy with that milk? You buy milk?
That little 200 could get you some Afro gold coin that in a little while, will make more money than your 200. So,
Well, you know
yeah,
what?
but
From that perspective, that's a good perspective. You could try and get it and get yourself a few. I mean, just maybe 5, 6. You know what I mean? Just to start. You got to start small.
yeah,
Start small, and you never know. So,
yeah.
gentlemen, I think this was very interesting, and we need to come back when we have other things that have actually come online. So we could then kind of report back to the people. Some of the things that Yaz Money is doing. So I don't know if you guys have any closing words, anything you like to add with respect to Yazz money? Is Yazz money, right?
Exactly. It's
Yes.
Yazz money.
Okay. How did you guys get that? What does that have a meaning or something? What does that mean?
It's one of my partners. He approached some marketing guys, and they did some testing, and they came up with Yes Money, and they said it's got a nice buzz to it, and it's
Okay.
people remember it. Some people think it's a rapper name, so I don't know.
Yazzie.
But it's
Yazzie. Like from Jay-Z. Yes, so gentlemen, any closing words before you go?
Yeah, we want to just thank you, Amateur Wall Street, for the station, and thank you, and look forward to working with you on your station and all the wide audiences that you have there, bringing them information, updated and real-time information to give them cutting edge, to have them make cutting edge decisions as we go forward into 22nd century highway.
There's going to be a launch on Monday. Tell the audience about that.
So one of our intelligent person in the chat say it looks like it will hit $2. That's what he said. I don't know. Like he must have inside information. I don't know. But he must.
So on Monday there's going to be a launch. You want to tell the audience about that?
Who's that, Ferguson?
Anyone of the
Monday. Tommy's saying that on Monday there'll be a launch. If you want to tell the audience on that about that.
On Monday.
The launch.
I thought maybe I'm misinformed, but I thought there was
no last Monday when we launched the coin on CoinPack launch that was the launch that was passed.
Oh, so that did take place already.
Yes, that takes place. Yes, that's the CoinPack. That's when we launched on CoinPack. So it's now going on its second week.
So we have an analyst here in the chat. He said it just broke a minor lower high. I looking at the chart on Trading View. So I mean he's already looking at stuff. So, hey, listen to this,
guys.
Yes, I tell people this, right? And I'm just using a quote here. Martin Luther King says, you don't have to see all the flights in the stairs, you only have to see the first flight, right? And the thing about it is that we have people in this chat here that are very intelligent. And in Trinidad and Tobago, sometimes you have a chat with 1 million people, and you really don't get nothing out of the chat. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no brain food, so to speak. You know? Okay. So we are happy to know we have that type of people in there, you know. And he's telling anyone who wants to see the chart, they can go to Trading View. So he's giving you guys free, positive and a report, advertisement, what he's looking at. So he's looking at it real time, and he's telling you that, you know, it can break $2. It will hit $2 soon, and we think that's a good thing. And after coming on here tonight, you never know, it might hit $3.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Thank you guys.
So, yeah. So my friend from Zimbabwe, you have anything you like to say before you go? It's Zimbabwe, right? Or Zambia?
It's Zambia and Zimbabwe.
Okay,
but
right.
I just want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you to Jerry. Thank you to Ken. You know, I just want to make sure that we build something for the future, for the continent, for our people, and you know that this is how we unite and build something of substance, right? Thank you again.
Yeah, I think this has piqued my interest, to be honest with you. Kenneth, you have any closing words?
Mic is muted.
Kenneth, your mic is muted. I think Kenneth might be talking, but his mic is muted. Okay. So Ferguson, you can take
the only thing that we all want to say is you are Africa, are you Africa, are you Africa. So we thank you. We thank you. We thank you.
Ferguson, you know you're welcome here anytime at all. Anytime. We want to see stuff like this. We want to empower our people. And we want to empower and inspire them for a better tomorrow. You know, and these type of things is the way you can empower people. But people have to understand is that, you know, when we are talking about investment, right? No risk, no rewards. It's simple. You know, you got to take some risk to get some rewards. And I think with stuff like this, you know, you want to get in on the bottom floor. You don't want to wait till it all the way up in the penthouse. You know, because when it's in the penthouse, it might only be on its way back down. So, folks, I want to thank you guys so very kindly for joining us. We appreciate it. And we're going to have you guys really back soon so we could have a further discussion when more things come online. All right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you,
Bye.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
That's a good night.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
There you have it, Tommy.
Well,
so let me say, Hailey, great job, Hailey. Fantastic job. Excellent job. And this is the kind of thing we are trying to actually bring to people as well. And, you know, I looked at it. I'm going to go to coinpack.com AGLD and I'm going to look at it, man. Be honest with you. You know what I mean? Take a little choke. Take a little choke.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. You know, I least said the chart looking good, boy. Yeah. I'm looking at the chart on TradingView. Highly, what is that? TradingView.com? TradingView. Take notes. So Tommy, that was very interesting.
What we have is seasoned professionals who are doing this.
Yeah, no,
pretty experienced. Quite a bit of experience is behind this.
Yeah. Wait now. Monday's emancipation is African Emancipation Day. Monday in Trinidad.
Is that Monday is what, June what?
I know not. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hey, good night, Mr. Anson. Good night, Mr. W. So great interview. I initiated although maybe on the chat others writing little things, you know, you have to be objective in order to go forward now. So, you know,
no, listen,
it's not like
that we welcome that type of thing, you know. We welcome
but I appreciate what these guys doing, and I hope that in the Caribbean they come and they take that, Mr. Hansen. This is what the government needs you for. So much years you in Wall Street, you know about investment, you know about these things. You should have been in Trinidad back and forth teaching people about these things in Trinidad, because a lot of young people don't know about trading. Because if you notice the chat, when they start talking about the trading, most of is Highly is the only one, and he live in Canada. The rest of the Trinidadians gone, you know, because they don't know much about the investment.
And that's what we're trying to bring to them is that you might have a little small money. Take a little small money and take a little choke. Take a little thing. Take a little thing. You understand?
Because they trading off of gold, and gold never lose value, right?
Yeah, it don't lose value. It don't lose value. And
since the beginning of time,
yeah,
gold, diamond, don't lose value. And this is something good, and I appreciate this way you bring, and I hope more people. And this, I hope when you see when the election, they come and say, hey, Mr. Anslem, Mr. Tommy, or come in Trinidad and teach people about trading. So I'm not going to understand.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Florida.
Yeah, thank you. You know, this is, you know, Tommy boy, I rather talk about these things, Tommy, than to talk about the politics all going on and how, you know, poor people starving under the PNM and 26% of black people living below the poverty line under the PNM. I want somehow to be able, boy, for
to empower people.
Yeah, for the poor people to say, boy, you know, I get a little 100 TT. Maybe I can invest that in a cryptocurrency and see how it goes. You understand?
But then again, we want to make sure that the authorities don't make it impossible for them to do such.
Tell me why you had to bring that up.
Because we're talking about reality now.
But why you had to bring that up? The thing going nice all the time.
I know. Remember what you asked Ferguson and what he said to you?
I know, but you think you think you think you think going nice, Tommy? Yeah,
I think
you know, Tommy. Tommy, I was good, Tommy. I was real good.
I see. I put some stress on your head right now.
Yeah, you put some stress in my head, there, man. I good all the time. I real good. Look, Capitan. Capitan just come. Capitan come to he just come to. He come right after you.
And I like how you spell great.
Yeah, great. That's right. Great. That's right, Capitan. I mean, like how you spell great. It's great in your ways, great in your face, great in your patent place. It's great all over. Hey, look, it's at 1:45 today. Yeah? I gonna see that. Seriously. Yeah,
Yeah.
because folks, listen, we can't just only be talking about politics. We have to talk about empowerment too, man. You know, Tommy is funny, eh? Let me see if I still have this here. Let me see if I still have it here. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I always talked about this. I always talk about that, Tommy. And you know what people used to tell me? Oh, God, you ain't tell talk about that. Eh? I have a partner. I just call him Gordon Joseph. Right? And you know why I name him last name Joseph, right? I just call him Gordon Joseph. And Tommy, boy, Tommy, I have to say this, Tommy. It has some intelligent people, boy. I don't know what. And Tommy, I was one of them too, you know.
Hey.
I being honest.
When you drink this
like, oh God, Tommy boy. Tommy boy, I didn't know I was that bad, Tommy boy.
When you drink this serum, anything could happen.
Tommy, I was drinking this serum, I was mixing it with Morby. I'm mixing it, all kind of thing, you know, Tommy, and it's still red. Don't care what I try, Tommy. Yeah?
Yep.
Eh?
That make you red till you're dead.
No, not me. Yeah? Capitan, what we empower him. He want to rent something to the PNM government. Capitan, you go call Roger Monroe. Call the MP for Sandy Grande, Toko Sandy Grande. And some, I have the book, but only if you're serious, I share it. What book? What do you mean if I serious? What do you mean if I serious? Well, you think we bring them people here for kicks? Highly? Tommy? Or highly think we bring them for kicks?
Wow.
Yeah. That's the kind of Tommy, I once saw that fella in Trinidad. They had an investment packages like $10,000, $20,000, $100,000. I say, but wait now, boy. What people gain is an exchange. And he's saying he was getting like 10% return on your money or some type of thing. I said, whoa, boy, wait. I said, oh God. Capitans, when is African emancipation? I hope all you get all your dashiki ready. Capitan. Oh, you know what? Tommy, let me play this again, Tommy. I want to play this again. Yeah, you know, if it's you know, that one like the audience for, you know, that has make me recollect, Tommy. That has make me recollect.
Jog your memory.
Exactly. So here it is. This was done right here. Right here. So folks, I'm going to do an ad hoc editorial because I had meant to do this and I wasn't able to do it. And this editorial is for the 70 to 80% of black people that voted for the PNM in the last election. Now, recently, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister Rowley, made a trip to Ghana and then on to India. And on return from those trips, we didn't hear anything about Ghana and cocoa, right? Because Ghana is very famous also for cocoa, as well as Trinidad and Tobago. We heard more about going to India and dealing with this wealthy Indian businessman and creating another cricket academy in Trinidad and Tobago. In order to create that cricket academy, you will have to take away approximately 30 acres of land from a black institution in Trinidad and Tobago, an iconic institution, Pan Trinbago. Now, I thought about it and I said to myself, if we have a cultural institution there on the highway, when people are traveling from Piaco Airport and have to pass there, they could stop in and spend some US dollars, FDI, right? We're getting money coming into the country through cultural tourism. And the thing about it, Tommy, I have to tell you the truth, boy. Instead of the black PNM people standing up and saying, no, that is unacceptable for you to take away land from black people and give it to a wealthy businessman is unacceptable. And put you in Port of Spain where you got a building. You know them defending that, boy?
You know, what's even worse, the money that they spent on that zoo, that should have been put into, invested in the Pan Trinbago's infrastructure to help set up that space there, to have a Pan Museum, a true independent Pan Museum that is a Pan Museum built for the Pan, set up with adequate space, parking lot, open air space, all the amenities that would make it a perfect spot for a Pan, not just academy, but a Pan Museum, a Pan center, a steel Pan center.
A cultural center, a cultural Pan center.
Yeah.
Right, Tommy? So let me continue, Tommy. And Tommy, all we heard from the black people in Trinidad and Tobago, the black PNM people, is defending, like they're playing for the Soca Warriors. All they're doing is defending. Yeah, the Prime Minister gave them a building in Port of Spain, a 2-story building. Land is the basis of everything. Black people in Trinidad and Tobago, black PNM people, don't have a problem that the Prime Minister, who he stated could be the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago, his words, not mine, taking away land from black people to give to a wealthy businessman. Right? They're defending that. Secondly, Tommy, the Emancipation Support Committee, they have no land. None. Last 9 years, they couldn't even get an acre of land, a half an acre of land from this government with a black prime minister. And the black PNM people have nothing to say. They're silent. The Sugar Aloes song, not one word. They have nothing to say. They're quiet. Why are they quiet? Just to defend your party? Look at all, and I'm saying all, Let me not say all. Most of the socio-economic factors in Trinidad and Tobago, black people are the bottom of that ladder. Black people are the bottom of that ladder. And I could guarantee you, most of them support the PNM with a black prime minister. Why is that? You're taking away land from black people to give to a wealthy person, right? And then you ain't giving the next organization any land, right? And that same organization, U.S. Prime Minister changed the name from Emancipation Day to African Emancipation Day. And you ain't even consider them. You ain't even had a discussion with them. You went to Ghana, you couldn't think about taking one of them with you to Ghana. Maybe they could do some cultural tourism, some cultural exchange. None. What's wrong with the 70 to 80% of black people that support the PNM? What's wrong with you all? Something had to be wrong. Something wrong. You put your vote in the PNM voter bank. They get elected. And as soon as they get elected, they turn their backs on you. And that you okay with that?
Ring your bell, Mr. Man. You gotta get a bell in the studio.
You gotta get a bell. Why is that, black PNM people? Why is that? Why? Why all you need to suffer peacefully and defend by any means necessary? Why is that? Black people in Trinidad and Tobago, black PNM people, the 70 to 80% that supports the PNM, all you need to wake up, eh? I'm not telling all you, most of all you go want to stay supporting, but all you stand for something now. Dr. Claude Anderson says, a race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. Let me repeat that. Dr. Claude Anderson says, a race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. There you have it. Well, Tommy boy.
Well.
I mean, sometimes I wonder if that has been me, if that is me, you know. Oh God, Tommy boy.
Listen, you're passionate about what you believe.
You are correct. You know, I just passionate about what I believe. I really am. You know, and it just saddens me to see that the worst of it all, Tommy boy, is that we have a man, a black man who is the prime minister, boy. Tommy.
I'm not sure if he's a black man.
Nah, he black.
Right.
He black. Yeah, he black. And Tommy, you wouldn't say to yourself, boy, listen, you see here, I'm going to take a stand. And you know, Kamla Prasad Busesa tell him that when you're going to start to do things for your people. Yes, imagine that. And like you afraid, Tommy boy. Tommy, you think he's afraid to do something or he don't care?
I don't know anymore. Because based on the things that he's doing, he shouldn't be fearful.
What you have to be fearful for? You had two terms. You shouldn't be fearful of anything. So, folks, put closing comments in the chat. I'm gonna put closing comments in the chat. Yeah, put closing comments in the chat. You know, Tommy, that's why. Yeah, Mr. Florida. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Anson, Mr. Tommy. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Anson, I agree with everything you speak 100. Go to the top of the class and all over the class. Go to the top of the university. You speak 2 hours always. You see, in Trinidad and Tobago, you know what we should have? We should have a history class just with the history of Trinidad and Tobago culture. Because we're so diversified with so many culture, we should have a class. Don't learn about Christopher Columbus alone. Learn about the steel pan. If you ask, I'm sure if you go on the streets and you ask any kids underneath the age of 15 who invented the steel pan, they don't have an idea.
You might say Eric Williams.
And so some guy named Simon, Eric Simon or something. I can't even remember myself to it, and I see that, but there's something, some Simon or something.
Simon.
Yeah. So I still can remember because it's, you know, it takes me to come to America to learn my history in Trinidad.
I know joking.
But this is
I really know.
That real.
Really know.
So
you know that's.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, Tommy.
I actually had to go to America to start to love the steel pan.
Tommy.
True.
When I left Trinidad, I was Sir Walter Raleigh and Sir Francis Drake, you know. I know about them, you know.
Yeah, that's what you know about.
Boy,
you know about talking about
yeah,
the pitch.
you know about no Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Medgar Evers and them. When I came to America, I started to learn about them things.
Yes, I started to learn about that.
Yeah.
So I agree to Mr. Hansen. So we need to start a subject in school and teach children about the real culture of Trinidad and Tobago. So look at this. 100. Go to the top of the university.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, Tommy. Tommy, you know about Malcolm X in Trinidad?
I had heard of him. I remember a little older than you, so I knew about Stokely Carmichael because I remember in 1970 we had the Black Power uprising. So there was information being disseminated at that time that gave me an insight into what was going on.
I learned about. Did I know about Stokely Carmichael in Trinidad? Yeah, I know Stokely Carmichael from in Trinidad. Yeah, I learned about that. But for the other civil rights leaders and things, even Medgar Evers, I don't know nothing about Medgar Evers.
I didn't know about Medgar Evers until I come to the U.S.
Until I come to this country, me know nothing about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. But I could tell you though, I used to be able to I used to know it by heart. So Walter Raleigh and Sir Francis Drake, boy. Coming through my time, Tommy, and we had the history book, Tommy.
Yep.
Christopher Columbus, boy. Yeah. Shadow said Christopher Columbus lie. How come he didn't need a passport or a visa? Capitan say you know about cowboys from Sesame Street. Yeah. Tommy, the real brainwash, you know, boy. Do they still teach them thing in school? Or they don't teach them thing no more?
I'm not aware.
Yeah, boy. So Walter Raleigh and the Nina the Pinta and the Santa Maria, boy. You remember that, Tommy?
Of course.
I mean, look, I remember that thing like if it's yesterday, boy. Nina the Pinta and the Santa Maria, boy. Them is the Columbus, boy.
Columbus.
And we still have, do we still have Columbus Square? And a Columbus statue in Trinidad? We still have a Columbus statue, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we have Columbus Square. We have a Columbus statue, man. Or they'll get rid of that. Yeah. If when you had to go to our official office, you had to dress up. You can't go in those slippers if you're going to a government office. You had to dress up. Yeah. Master, they not done, boy.
Ask Farley.
Yeah, Yeah, we had to ask Farley, true. Ask Farley. Yeah. But we want to leave with this, folks. Take a listen to this.
The best way to spot an idiot: look for the person who is cruel. Let me explain. When we see someone who doesn't look...
Let me start that over.
The best way to spot an idiot: look for the person who is cruel. Let me explain. When we see someone who doesn't look like us, or sound like us, or act like us, or love like us, or live like us, the first thought that crosses almost everyone's brain is rooted in either fear or judgment, or both. That's evolution. We survived as a species by being suspicious of things that we aren't familiar with. In order to be kind, we have to shut down that animal instinct and force our brain to travel a different pathway. Empathy and compassion are evolved states of being. They require the mental capacity to step past our most primal urges. This may be a surprising assessment because somewhere along the way in the last few years, our society has come to believe that weaponized cruelty is part of some well-thought-out master plan. Cruelty is seen by some as an adroit cudgel to gain power. Empathy and kindness are considered weak. Many important people look at the vulnerable only as rungs on a ladder to the top. I'm here to tell you that when someone's path through this world is marked with acts of cruelty, they have failed the first test of an advanced society. They never forced their animal brain to evolve past its first instinct. They never forged new mental pathways to overcome their own instinctual fears. And so, their thinking and problem solving will lack the imagination and creativity that the kindest people have in spades. Over my many years in politics and business, I have found one thing to be universally true. The kindest person in the room is often the smartest.
There you have it, boy, Tommy. We had to say no more, Tommy. We could find that person in Trinidad. Oh, God. Folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you. We're going to go for a quick station identification. When we come back, wrap up. Put your closing comments in the chat. Tommy, you see Mean Gene closing comment?
Best interview ever.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Tommy, I got to be honest with you. I really enjoyed that interview.
Yes.
To be honest with you.
I knew you would.
I enjoyed it. Huh?
I knew you would.
No, I really enjoyed it. I think, and that is what we just do here. That's what we just do here. We want to bring what's going on in the country, but we also want to bring politics. Yeah. But we also want to bring you some brain food too as well. So here's my closing quote. Damn, Tommy, we ain't play no videos tonight, but oh God, look at videos we have. That is all right. We still have Thursday. We go play them on Thursday. Okay? Time decides who you meet in life. Your heart decides who you want in your life. And your behavior decides who stays in your life. Time decides whom you meet in life. Your heart decides who you want in your life. And your behavior decides who stays in your life. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
Yes, I'd like to start by saying, to err is human, to forgive is divine. Again, to err is human, to forgive is divine. Like I always say, you have to become that change you want to see, you that man in the mirror. However, if you look in that mirror and don't like what you see, do not blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Like I always say, I love you all. Be safe out there. See you at the next session. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is Fox's Nam closing comment. Study, cheek, and top the up. John Hendrick Clark, Ivan Sertimer,
Ivan Van Sertimer.
Ivan Sertimer and Jack Hanan, and your attitude to change Wall Street.
That's Ben
Huh?
That's Dr. Benny's talking about.
He actually listened to them people, and I just thinking, nah, that PNM education didn't serve him well. If
he drank the serum.
You what?
He drank the serum.
I didn't hear you tell me. Hold on, let me follow. What?
I'm saying he drank the serum.
Yes, he drank the serum. There we go. He drank it. And you know what? And even the dregs, you know. He even need the dregs. He drink the dregs too. You know, that folks, that is really bad, boy. You mention all them people and that is your behavior, folks? Nah. All right, I will leave you with that. Chelsea says, Mr. Florida said, good night, soul, highly and sing. And to all Mr. Ansel and Tommy, be safe till next. Thank you very much, man. Good night, Caribbean soul. Highly says, wisdom do not exist in a soul that is evil. Correct is right. Mr. Florida says, my closing comment, trying to teach a old dog no tricks is like talking to a rock, but as time goes by, the rock becomes a pebble. There we go. Caribbean soul closing comments. This Indian arrival day will be the mother of all Indian arrival day, since Rowley is a Hindu now. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Closing comments. Mean Gene says best interview ever. Yeah, boy. Yeah. All right. Caribbean so. Yeah. If Fox said, if you study these scholars' work, you cannot behave like that. Fox, it seemed like you didn't study them. You didn't study them. You didn't study them because you wouldn't behave like that. Your behavior, if you know, John Henrik is a lowest in there too somewhere. Clark,
yeah, Clark.
You actually read them, boy, and that is your attitude? Nah, boy. All right, folks. Good night. We're gonna go out tonight with appreciation by
Johnny King.
Johnny King. Yeah. We're gonna go out with that tonight. Let me see the last comment here. Krishna was blacker than Dr. Rowley. Oh God. There he's saying. And that is the problem right there. That is the problem right there, boss. That is the problem. You just hit the nail on the proverbial head. Let me go to Johnny King appreciation. Where it is? Where you did Johnny King? Johnny King's nature. Here we go. Good night, folks. We out of here.
All man strive to be happy. Relentless search for luxury. In search of peace and happiness, the human mind wouldn't rest. A constant nag within we soul, demanding respect from the world. We get the urge in different form, but luxury is the norm. Money is very essential, but can't buy peace of mind at all. We still like dogs without a bone if we have the money alone. Because appreciation is on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important we are drive to live. Everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. The feeling has no barrier. Race and class doesn't matter. alive, you in the game. You do anything to get a good name. Some wealthy men turn to suicide. Can't find food to feed their pride. The AIDS and cripple in the ring, fight to be like a king. Children become delinquent for lack of love from their parents. That's why appreciation is most important to man. Appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important if we are trying to live. Everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Solution to bad industrial relations. Employees will gladly draw their pay and do the job half the way. When workman feeling unwanted, the working spirit is daunted. He comes on the job and fool around. Production going down. Just make him feel significant. You get him do anything you want. A pat on the back is the best move for relations to improve. Because appreciation is on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important if we are trying to live. Everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Our deepest craving is common. All we need is attention to put us in the happy zone, regardless of what we own. Life is lonely without it. Each one should give a little bit. What you want your neighbors do, then life on earth will be true. Take a tip from the scripture. Appreciate one another. Share your love and make the mold for total peace in the world. Appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important if we are trying to live. Everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Because important